Is there anything I didn't talk about tonight you'd like for me to talk about?
Weed. Prime numbers.
Weed and prime numbers. Let's go, dude. Two of my favorite things, man. So, first of all, we're in Oklahoma. You guys have good weed here? I'm like, nobody would ever guess that. Honestly, you go to Texas, it's illegal, right? You go to Kansas, it's illegal in Kansas, right? Okay, whatever. Go to Kansas, it's illegal, but then you come to Oklahoma, you just get cooked, dude. It's listen, I know a lot of people, it's haram, whatever. No, I've been smoking weed for as long as I can remember, which is not that long because it affects the memory, but I get a lot of people don't like it. But I never hear great reasons on why people don't smoke weed. It's like people can't take accountability for stuff. Like, how come every time I smoke weed, it makes me depressed? Like, that's not the weed, that's you. You know what I mean? Like, you were already depressed and the weed made you aware that you were depressed and you don't like being aware of things. Or how come every time I smoke weed, it makes me lazy? Because you smoked an indica and went to the gym, you moron. Indica couch, okay? Sativa is the one you smoke at your job, all right? They have a saying for that. Smoke sativa, you will achieve it. And they know hybrids are chill, Or, every time I smoke weed, it makes me stupid. Like, that's not the weed. Respectfully, it's not the weed, And you're not using it the right way. Like, try getting high and reading a book. Okay? Yeah, I know you're like, why would I waste a high on a book? Like, no, that'll be the hardest book you ever read, okay? If you can read a book high, you can climb Everest. I'm telling you, you can do a lot of things. Put your mind to it. But yeah, actually, I have an interesting backstory because I studied applied math in college. That's why I do stand-up. And I got a 4.20 GPA, actually, believe it or not. And 420, yeah, man, yeah. And believe it or not, I was like ahead of my class in college, and I was one of the only kids who smoked weed. I would like to argue that it helped me with geometry because there's a lot of spatial. And listen. I'll tell you a story. This was not even intentional, okay? In college, I had this professor, this Ukrainian professor. He was just so intense. Like, he would get pissed at us for like not learning. He's like, "You dumb Americans!" He would always say that. "You dumb Americans! You do not know. Back where I'm from, we do math. You die in the street." Like, whoa, it was very real. And one day he came in and he wrote this crazy problem on the board. I was like, oh yeah, this is my chance to be Good Will Hunting, right? And he's like, if you solve this, you don't have to take the final. I had quit smoking weed. I had smoked weed previously and I had quit. I was like, I'm done smoking weed. I'm going the sober route. I'm, do it the normal way, whatever. And I was like, I'm done with weed, no weed. And that happened. I quit like 2 weeks prior to this. And then I look at that problem and I'm like, oh, this is like very stressful, whatever. And I go to the library and I'm like trying to dig into this problem. It's like this crazy thing with like triangles and squares and like Pythagoras, like, what's up? Just like a crazy problem. And then I'm like, I give up. I just gave up. I went home defeated and I was like so tired and hungry from the day. And I saw that my roommate had made brownies. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll have a brownie. And there was enough so I could take some and he wouldn't notice. So I took 5. And after about 10 minutes, I was like, oh, because my roommate came home and he had bloodshot eyes. He's like, do you have brownies? I was like, oh, Because for him, I was like, why am I having so much fun? You know what I mean? I don't remember the rest of the night. Like, I have visions of like triangles and squares and like Pythagoras, like, what's up? But I kid you not, I somehow woke up the next morning with a finished paper. Because that math to me was just like so natural. So I don't know what I did, but I turned it in the next morning. I brought it to the professor and he was like looking at it, and he'd always go over people's answers in front of everybody. So it was like public shame. So he was like, okay, Chelsea, wrong. Thomas, wrong. And then he was like, Sammy. Holy shit. He got it right. And then all the kids were like, how did you do that? And I was like, I don't recommend weed for everybody. It's just not for everybody, but somehow it worked for me. But I love prime numbers.
Your THC level needs to be a prime number.
It needs my THC. I only do THC in primes. Yeah. Whenever I pick up a weed and like the CBD level is like, 2.6. I'm like, no. I'm actually that's actually my next goal is prime numbers are, you guys know what prime numbers are? They're numbers not divisible by anything else except themselves in one, right? And there's this giant problem in mathematics they're trying to solve is like, how can you determine when the next prime number comes? Because there's no actual predictive model for it, but there's a theory that there is such a function that determines it. It's called the zeta function. And there's like mathematicians are out there just like scrambling to do it. Now, if your Oklahoma weed is good enough, I might be able to solve it here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. To go along your list of many historical achievements. Let's not mention them. But what else? Women? I said, give me something that I know a lot about.
Cats.
Women and cats. And what? Women, cats, and organic. This is actually, I think this is, no, it's not. Organic is a pronunciation that I decided because I like to eat organic, but I don't like telling people that because when you tell people you eat organic, they think that you think you're better than them, which I do, but I don't want people to think that. I think that. So I smoothed it out. I give it like an ethnic pronunciation. I say organic. It just smooths it out. And it's a lot more fun, you know? Try it. Like go into a grocery store, like be like, are these avocados organic? They'll be like, I think you mean organic. You say, no, organic. They're like, okay, whatever. Customer's always right. You could even go further. So they have no cholesterol. You know, like just make up your own words. And I released a whole special called Organic. So you can actually find it on YouTube. It's there for free. Now let's talk about women. Women. What about them?
They're like cats.
The women like cats?
They are like
cats. I've heard both theories. Women are like cats, men are like dogs, and then vice versa. Men are like cats, women are like dogs. I think we're all like mouses, to be honest. Like, just like scared little creatures. But yeah, you know, women are cool. Women are cool. I know a few. I used to be inside of one like the whole time. I was like, not like that, you fucking assholes, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you mean I was, part of me was inside of a woman like for a long time, like for 9 months. Like, when I came out, like I was 100%. I had lived my life inside of a woman for 100% of the time. I was a expert on women for 9 months. Basically, was a woman. I basically was a woman. Yeah. Y'all can claim, like, don't claim our identity. Like, no, motherfucker, I was in a woman's body for 9 months. I was a fucking woman, dude. And there was a point where I was just, the chromosome, what is it, like the first, is it a couple weeks, we're all women or something like that. And then if a male starts to develop male parts. So, like, for sure in those first whatever weeks, I was like full-blown woman, okay? So as a woman, why are these ladies so crazy? Come on! And I love cats too. I love cats. I was never inside of one though. I was never inside of a cat. No. Cat people make some noise. Dog people make some noise. We see who's winning. Cat people, if there's a fight, we're f***ed. Yeah, we could use our paws. What do we got? Dog people are aggressive. Dog people are fearless too because you have backup, your dog. Who do we got? Someone who just gives a fuck when we feed them and that's it? If there's a war going on, y'all can bring your dogs. We cannot bring our pet. We will lose the battle. What else?
Kanye and Taylor.
There's a lot of things. Wait, what was the back one of them?
Comedy skills you learned as a teacher.
Oh, comedy skills. I like that. And then what was over here?
I said Kanye and Taylor.
Kanye and Taylor. Oh, that old story. And then so there was something over here. Assad. Okay, great. What a combination, man. Well, as a teacher, I learned to deal with difficult subjects. So hopefully, I should be able to take this on. I'm trying to think of Assad's just like Kanye. You want someone. You still listen to his stuff sometimes, but shut up. No, how do you not know I have Assad's first mixtape, dude? You know, no. Don't hate on Assad. Don't be an Assad basher. I don't like Assad. He's done. He's cooked. Carne asada, brother. He's done. Fucking done. He's done. He fled to Russia. That's how bad it is, dude. When your last safe space is Russia, that's how you know you've burnt some bridges. But I'll tell you who's not done. Taylor Swift and Kanye West. They're still out there. I'm not a Swiftie. I mean, I never was a Swiftie anyways, but I don't like that she didn't use her platform for Gaza. Like, I feel like she could have done like just even like the most basic, like Weeknd donated money, like SZA gave shout outs at her concert, like just the most basic and we will appreciate it, you know, but she didn't even do that. And, you know, Kanye West, I'm glad that he stayed silent because I don't think that would have done it. So it's like, you know, we need some people to talk and we need some people to not talk. You know? But yeah, I remember the time that Kanye West grabbed the mic from Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
What year was that? 2009. It seems like it was. Yes, we're old, huh? We're some old out here. That's crazy, yeah. And that was his second mic grab too. That guy was just grabbing. He grabbed the mic from Mike Myers to say George Bush doesn't care about black people. That was just, and then that one went well, and he's like, I'm gonna do it again. And then he grabbed it. And now people, like, whenever they're around Kanye, they just hold the mic like this. Just like, if I ever did a show and he's nearby, I'd just be like. What else? Anything else?
Do you know about the Tulsa Kaiser situation?
Tulsa Kaiser.
So we have a billionaire who funds a lot of what goes on in Tulsa as far as our recreational activities, but also helping to develop kind of like where a Sims game.
Okay.
And what's really interesting about it, because I come from the native perspective of
Yeah.
things, is that he has a program called Tulsa Remote where they pay for people to come in from all over the country and they give them $10,000 towards.
Wait a second. You're saying he's flying people into Tulsa for $10,000? Did you know about what?
Nobody has realized the settlement program. I'm sorry.
Whoa. Okay. Well, yeah, I didn't know. I guess I worked out a different deal with the club, but.